What's up, everybody? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, everybody. We're going to get started in a few minutes. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. It is a cold and snowy day in Dallas right now. Cold and snowy day. Good morning, everybody. It's Tuesday. I want to go over pillar number 2 with you guys. And it's on this Tuesday cold morning in Dallas. What's up? Let me know where you guys are tuning in from, as you guys are tuning in. We're going to get started here in a few minutes. What is going on, everybody? Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. And again, we'll get started here in a few minutes. I'll be right back. What's up? What's going on, man? From Central Florida. What's going on? Good morning. How long you been in solar? Let me know how long you guys been in solar for. Whether you're watching me live in a replay, how long have you been in solar? What's going on, everybody? I'm just having my first cup of coffee. I'm getting fired up. Today we're going to be going over pillar number 2. Pillar number 2, which is automation, right? So basically there's 4 pillars to solar sales mastery, and it has to be in this order, right? Pillar 1 is sales, pillar 2 is automation, pillar 3 are leads, and pillar 4 are installers throughout the industry, right? Throughout the nation. Been in solar admin for 5 years. Okay, cool. Are you looking into getting into sales? What is your name, man? What is your name? I only see Rev R3V R3R Nick. What's up, Nick? How are you, man? It's probably like encoded, right? Your channel name is encoded for something. Does it mean something? Reverend. It's Reverend. I got you. See, I said it before you even posted it, man. I got you, bro. Good morning, Nick. Just out of curiosity, man, why aren't you in sales? Are you looking into sales? Are you planning on getting into it? What's going on with you, Nick? Are you looking into sales? Are you looking to making the big bucks with all the sales reps, or are you looking to making the big bucks like all the other sales reps out there? Awesome. Starting your own solar company. Awesome. Hey, Nick, make sure you book your solar strategy call. Do me a favor, book a solar strategy call, solarstrategycall.com, solarstrategycall.com. I'd love to talk to you and give you some pointers. I've been in solar for the last 8 years, helped hundreds and hundreds of solar reps and business owners get into solar. Book a call, man, solarstrategycall.com. It's absolutely free. It's a 30-minute free consultation, okay? Book a call, man, solarstrategycall.com, Nick. Love to help you and point you in the right direction and get you started a lot faster, man. Okay? Is that cool? Awesome, dude. Been watching me for the last 3 years. Awesome, dude. Awesome. Yeah, let's do it, man. Solarstrategycall.com, Nick. Solarstrategycall.com. I'd love to point you in the right direction. Like I said, I've been doing solar for a very, very long time. We've helped hundreds and hundreds of people get into solar, business owners. We help them get into solar. We also help them scale their businesses. So yeah, we have a platform called Solar Pipeline. It's a proprietary software that we have to help you build, grow, and scale your business. But yeah, man, book a call, Nick. Yeah, it's just one of those things too. I mean, chat GPT is a great it's a great resource, right? But at the end of the day, this is what I tell everybody, right? At the end of the day, even though if you have the script, even if chat GPT has the right script for you, it's not just going through a script, you know what I mean? It's really understanding like what is the methodology, how do you present it, the tonality, what's the reason why you say these certain things that you say. It's really really important to understand all those things. um, Remarkable resource, that's awesome, man. I'm gonna look into that. I'm gonna like look into chat GPT. Been hearing a lot of buzz about it, right? I know it's pretty amazing, that's what I heard. Just a baseline. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. But keep in mind, Chat GPT, I'm pretty sure it's pulling data everywhere. But it's just one of those things that it's nice to learn from folks that's already doing it, right? It's just learning the reason that I think that's the main thing. Because I get this a lot, right? A lot of folks are like, "Hey, give me a script. I just need a script." Yes, a script is one of them. Okay, yeah, it's having a script, because that's going to be the skeleton of the presentation, but it's also understanding the methodologies and why you're saying certain things, right? Because if you have a really good script like the ones we have at Solar University, everything that we do and say has an intent to it, right? It's all intentional. So without really understanding what is the intent of the statement, or the pitch, then you're not going to quite get it, because it's a little bit deeper than just reading a script, right? For example, um, we go over with a homeowner, we do what we call an emotional anchor, right? So an emotional anchor basically means that anchoring what they would do with the energy savings. Obviously, there is a pitch there, right? There's a pitch on how to anchor that emotion. But if you don't really understand what we're trying to do, because obviously, it's a bunch of words, right? It's a bunch of sentences. But if you don't understand the methodology and what we're trying to do, what we're trying to elicit, what kind of emotion we're trying to elicit, then it just kind of goes over people's heads, right? But again, don't get me wrong. If you get something solid, and then also have somebody to coach you, um, it's a recipe for success, right? Hey, Tori, how are you? How are you guys doing this morning? How are you guys doing? Yeah. So pillar number two, I want to go over automation, right? Automation. Um, Also, at the end of the day, you can't replace you. Okay. A lot of folks, you can do a lot of things with AI, right? Just like Chat GPT, but you can't replace you, right? That connection, that human connection. What my mother-in-law likes to always say, that personal touch. Okay. No AI, no robot, no Chat GPT can ever replace a human personal touch. Okay. As of this point, I don't think there's anything that can replace somebody that that's a human being, right? So obviously, AI and technology is there to help us. Don't get me wrong; it's there to help us. We use technology all the time, which I'm going to talk about today, which is basically automation. Technology helps, but you can't remove the human element of it. Okay, I think a lot of times too, people misunderstand that, or get confused a little bit when we talk about automation. When we talk about automating your sales processes, when there's basically automated like messages that goes out to your homeowner, and depending on what your homeowner says, then there's like a AI functionality to that, right? That's great, but you cannot replace a human connection. Okay, so just so you guys know, when you're using automation, and that's what I'm going to talk about today, when you're automating your sales process, and say for example you have automated messages that goes out, text messages that goes out to your homeowner, those automated text messages and emails and videos that goes out to your homeowner, that is used to engage your homeowner. Okay. that is used to engage. Write this down. That those automated messages are used to engage your homeowner. And it's up to you, which is the human element. We can't ever take out the human element. And it's up to you to re-engage back. So what we see a lot with folks that we train with our solar pipeline and our coaching program, they're like, you know what? I just want to automate everything, which is great. There's automated messages that goes out, things of that nature. But when the homeowner replies back, okay, when the homeowner replies back either via text, email, phone call, we cannot replace that with AI, because ideally what you want to do is you want to talk to the homeowner, right? You personally talk to the homeowner because you're the one building that relationship right from the get-go already, okay? You cannot beat or remove the human element of it. So I'll give you another example. A lot of times too, when we're using automation, right? When we're using automation, text messages, email messages, video messages that goes out, a lot of reps tend to disregard calling, right? Cold calling homeowners. So they're kind of just waiting to engage via text, via email. But again, you cannot remove the human element, which means that you still have to be calling yourself, right? You still got to banging out those phone calls, calling homeowners and getting them engaged along with, right? Along with the automation. And a lot of people kind of cut that off and like, oh, I have a whole automated process, which is good, but you cannot remove the human element. Okay. So today I want to talk about, oops, sorry, hold on, guys. Just want to turn this off. So I'm kind of quiet today because all my kids are home because they shut down school today and they're sleeping in because it's super cold outside out here in Dallas. It's actually snowing out here. So I'm going to keep it kind of quiet because these guys are all still sleeping, right? All sleeping in. Today I want to go over automation, right? So pillar 2 is automation. So first, pillar 1 is sales, right? You have to be a 50% closer. Okay. Have a 50% close rate. And then we kind of talked about that yesterday and how to do so. Make sure you guys watch yesterday's video if you guys are curious on how to become a 50% closer. Secondly, right, we need automation. Okay. This is going to be key because enable for you to become a 50% closer, there has to be some automation involved, meaning that you have to have a system that first and foremost sends out automated messages, text messages, email messages, and it has to be crafted in a certain way. Okay, a lot of folks create messages or automated emails and text messages, but there's no methodology to it. So with Solar Pipeline, right? Solar Pipeline, that's a software that we use, and that's what we're promoting. All of the email and text messages are created by a copywriter, okay? Expert copywriter, and this is what they're good at and how they're basically good at crafting words to get people to elicit emotion, to elicit them to buy or book a consultation, okay? Hold on one second, okay, guys? I just gotta check my email, just got a text. But again, it's just one of those things that understanding that if we're not good copywriters and we're not expert at it, and for me, I am not an expert writer. I can barely speak English, okay? But when you're creating automation, you have to have skilled people to write those emails and text messages, or they're just not going to convert, okay? That's why we have copywriters in Solar Pipeline to write these things out for you. Because keep in mind, the worst thing that can happen when you have a lead in your pipeline, if you don't contact this homeowner or you get the lead and you fall off the face of the earth and you're never seen ever again for whatever reason, maybe you would follow up 2, 3, 4 months later. The worst thing that could happen is when you call this homeowner and you ask them, hey, this is James. We talked whatever a couple months ago, a couple weeks ago about solar. Just wanted to check in with you, see if you have any questions. We do have, now you're trying to provide value during this phone call. The worst thing that can happen is they say, hey, James, you know what? I didn't hear from you for a little while. I couldn't find your information. I actually just went solar with another company, right? That's the worst thing that can happen because You probably did all the legwork already. And unfortunately, because you don't have a good follow-up game, you just lost a deal. And when you're in this industry, you have to treat this business like a business. I cannot stress this enough. If your sales organization or your sales manager or the company you're working with doesn't do these things, you have to implement these things yourself. I can't stress that enough. Okay. You have to implement automation yourself. You have to, level up yourself if you want to sell virtually. Obviously, traditional companies, they don't teach you how to sell deals virtually. And if you want to level up your sales pitch, and if they're not training you, you can't wait for somebody to give you what you need to be successful. Okay. And I don't want to preach to the choir, but I honestly feel there's so many people kind of waiting and they kind of blame their sales manager. They kind of blame the company. And they're like, you know what? They're not giving me this. They're not giving me this tool, that tool. When you're here watching me live, I'm going to give you everything that you need to be successful in solar. Okay. I've helped hundreds and hundreds of solar consultants, solar companies get into solar, and these guys are doing, for the most part, they're doing amazing, right? They're either selling 3+ or average maybe 4+ deals a month, right? These guys are ranging from like 15, 20K a month to, probably hundreds of thousands of dollars every single month from the coaching that we given them. Okay. Obviously, they've taken it to the next level now, but the fundamental skills to be successful in solar, this is where they started. Okay. Because what happens is in your career in solar, you're never going to stop learning. We're continuously learning as well as a company, as a person. I'm always learning to level things up because you guys know, right? You guys know the more knowledge you know, the more your income's going to go based on how much implementation that you do. Okay. So automation is going to be key because you guys probably heard this before, and I didn't coin this phrase. The wealth comes in a follow up. Okay. Write this down. And put asterisks on it and highlight it in your notes. The wealth or your wealth is going to come from the follow up. Okay. And you're probably asking me, like, what do you mean by that, James? What do you mean my wealth is going to come in a follow up? So, good question. Because pillar one is becoming a 50% closer, right? That's pillar number one. So if you're sitting down with 10 homeowners every single month, that's a sit down. Even if you're a 50% closer, that's a really high close rate, right? Even if you're a 50% closer, the other, say you close 5 out of 10, the other 5, right? The other 5 that you didn't close, what do you do with that, right? So 5 leads didn't close every single month, times that by 12. That's 60 homeowners that did not close. Okay. This is going to be important metrics for you guys to understand. And I'm going to preach this every single day until you guys fully understand how much money you're leaving on the table. Okay. So let me back up. 10 appointments, 50% closer. You close in 5. The other 5 didn't close, right? So 5 times 12, that's 60 homeowners that didn't close in a whole entire year because you have a bigger vision. You understand that, you know what, I have to play the long game here. Okay. Because not every single homeowner is going to close. So 60 homeowners did not close. 30%, statistically, 30% out of that 60 is eventually going to move forward within that 12-month period. Okay. Knowing that 30% will move forward, that means that's 18 homeowners that will move forward within a 12-month period. 18 deals times, say, for example, $5,000 deal, that's $90,000. $90,000 that you will leave on the table if you don't have automation in place. Meaning that you literally fell off the face of the earth, right? You did all the work already. You sat down with a homeowner for an hour, hour and a half. You educated them the best you can, but the homeowner just told you, I got to think about it. You did everything that you can in your power. You pulled out everything in the kitchen sink to try to close the deal, and they're just not budging. They just want to think about it, right? And again, it's going to happen. Even if you're a 50% closer, the other 50% just not going to move forward right now, okay? Not right now. So knowing that information, you have to have a follow-up game. and you have to automate the follow-up, because what happens is it's very difficult to automate and send out automated messages and text messages and phone calls if you don't have a software. If you had like one or two leads, hey, you might be able to manage that. But think about it, as you guys get more and more and more and more leads, whether you're knocking on the door, whether you're purchasing the leads, you're going to get more and more and more. And what happens is, if you don't have a follow-up, if you don't have a system to manage those leads, then you're going to leave 90 plus $1,000 on the table. I cannot stress this enough. Okay. You have to have automation. If you're in business, because again, this is a solar business, even if your solar company, your sales manager didn't give you these tools, you have to set up and get these tools yourself. Okay. Just like solar pipeline, you have to get these tools yourself and invest it yourself. Let me give you an example and give you a price comparison, right? Because what happens is with solar pipeline, it's $297 a month, right? Obviously, that's one part of the functionality of solar pipeline. There's more value and functionality of solar pipeline. There's automation. So solar pipeline is $297 a month. Let's say 300 times 12 months. That's what? 12, that's $720. No, wait, no. That's what is that? See, I'm blanking out right now. 12 times 300, $3,600. Because I'm getting text messages and alerts in the corner, and people are texting and emailing me, and it's throwing me off. $3,600, right? I'm really bad at math. Anyways, $3,600. Okay. So basically, you spend $3,600 on a software, right? Just for example, if you only use automation and all the other functionalities, the extra kicker for you. You spent $3,600 on automating your sales process, and in return, you made $90,000. Okay. So you literally still made $86,000. No, not 86, $89,000, right? Or $87,000, whatever that is, right? Minus the 3,600 bucks. Whatever that is, you're still making a ton of money, even if you were to automate your sales process and pay for a software. Okay. That's how important it is. I cannot stress this enough. If you guys are here for the long haul, set up these systems in place, automation. You're also going to need automation to send out videos prior to your consultation. Okay. Even if you're doing meetings right now, face-to-face, belly to belly, and even if you're doing Zoom meetings, you're going to need it either way. So there is a dead time. You guys heard me talk about dead times before, right? You guys heard me talk about dead time, right? So basically, there's a dead time. Okay. There is a dead time. Sorry, hold on one second. I'm just getting a text message. There's a dead time from when you book an appointment, right, to sitting down with a homeowner. Say, for example, today's what? Tuesday? Today's Tuesday. When you're calling homeowners, maybe you're doing some cold call campaigns, maybe you're knocking doors. When you book the appointment, when you're knocking doors on Tuesday, normally you would book that appointment 24 to 48 hours out, right? So that'll be like Thursday-ish, the appointment will happen, okay? So in between when you book the appointment to having that consultation is what I call the dead time. So the question to you is, what are you doing during that dead time? Okay? Because you guys heard me say this before, and you guys probably heard this time and time again. Enable for you to close a deal. And one of the things that you guys need to know is when you want to become a 50% closer, you have to build the know, like, and trust. Okay. Know, like, trust. That's it. Right. Because think about it. You guys, I'm pretty sure you guys never bought anything from anybody that you didn't know, like, or trust. Okay. And imagine the folks that you ever bought stuff from before in the past, you probably know, like, and trusted them. Okay. So it's a simple statement, right? Know, like, and trust is a simple statement. Know, like, and trust. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty simple. build rapport. Yeah, that's pretty simple. It's a simple statement, but putting in action, it's a little more difficult. Okay. Because I'm pretty sure during your sales meetings, they're telling you that all the time, right? No like and trust, no like and trust, build rapport. But they're not necessarily teaching you the how. How do you do that? Right? How? They may say, okay, build rapport by petting the dog and things like that. Yeah, that's great. That's when you're already in the meeting. But what I'm teaching you guys is how to build rapport before your consultation. Because you don't want to just show up at the door, you open the door and they kind of have that strange look in their face, like, who are you? Especially, for example, if you have a closer, or excuse me, you have a sitter closer business model, meaning that, say, for example, I'm the sitter, I set the appointment for you, and now you knock at the door, you're totally a stranger. It's a totally different face from the person that actually set the appointment. So you need to build a know, like, and trust before your consultation during that dead time. And what you need to do is to send out videos of yourself going over why you got started in solar. Because what we're trying to do, again, is build a know, like, and trust. Okay. Know, like, and trust. So we're going to do that prior to our consultation. So when we do show up at the door and we do pop on a Zoom meeting, they kind of know us already. Okay. Just like Nick, right? Nick here, he said he's been watching my videos for 4 years now, 3 years, 4 years. When you're watching these videos, I'm pretty sure you're starting to connect and you kind of know my personality already. You kind of feel like you know me, even though technically you don't know me. Because videos, if used at a strategical way, right, you can build a relationship with someone, even if they've never met you in person ever in your whole entire life. That's why videos are really, really powerful if you know how to use them and leverage them to your advantage to build the know, like, and trust. So the first video goes out. It's more about you, who you are. Why did you get started in solar? Do you have a family? Do you have pets? Right? It's getting to know you. It's strengthening the bond. And I like to say this and give you guys an example, like Avatar, right? You guys all watch Avatar before, and the Avatar has a tail, right? And that tail has this, like, I don't know, like tentacles or whatnot, right? A whole bunch of little tentacles. And when they get by the tree, right, they connect, and they're building that connection, that bond with this tree, with nature, right? I'm not about that stuff, right? I don't pray to trees and rocks and things that like that to that nature. But I'm just giving you guys an example, the connection that you guys need to make when you guys are, talking to homeowners or having consultation with homeowners. Because as this industry grows, okay, I'm giving you guys a heads up right now. As this industry grows bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, you're going to have to ask yourself a question. And the question is, how do I separate myself from other consultants out there? Because if you really think about it, we're all selling the same products, same services, same warranties, right? Using the same software. A lot of us are working for the same company. And even the people in your internal sales organization, right? Look around you, look how many people there are. And those are your competitors as well. So the question is, again, what are you doing to separate yourself from everybody else? Because there's what, 50, 60,000 jobs right now, people that got laid off. I forgot what it was. Like Google's laying off, Facebook, everybody's laying off, right? Amazon, thousands, tens of thousands of people per company are laying people off. And guess what? They're all looking for something to do to earn a living. And imagine getting a fraction of those folks that got laid off and they all get into solar. That's more and more competition out there, right? So don't be the same as everybody else, right? Don't go into the home saying the same exact pitch. Make sure that the things I'm telling you guys are implementing in your business. Because again, I've helped hundreds of consultants, business owners get into solar. I literally started exactly where you guys are at now, right? Don't get frustrated. I started door to door, and I've learned and implemented strategies that help me, build a multi, 7-figure business in solar. Okay. So the things I'm teaching you are the things that I've already ran through as well, and the things that our team and our business is going through. So you guys are getting like the most updated like strategies. Okay. I'm just gonna read some of the comments, and then we'll go from there. Okay, guys. I'm gonna have to cut it short today. In 4 minutes, I have to cut it short. So if you guys have any questions, I'm gonna open it up really quickly. If you guys have any questions, make sure that you guys put it in the chat. And I would love to answer any questions you guys have. Okay. So Tori says, even Chat GPT says it can't replace sales because it doesn't have the emotional intelligence needed to succeed in sales. Absolutely. Sales is a connection. You guys understand that? Sales is a human connection, and an AI can't do that, right? Obviously, I honestly feel in the future it can. Okay, I see Chat GPT, I see AI replacing like common, like more like sales, like for example cell phones, right? Nothing wrong with those guys, I'm not trying to knock you down, but at the end of the day, people already know what the functionalities of cell phones are. There may be some little nuances every single, iPhone 13, iPhone 14, iPhone 15 and whatnot. There are certain little nuances that changes, some upgrades that changes, but the core functionality of a cell phone does the same exact thing every single time. Okay. Everyone's phone, right? Everyone's phone, even though they may be a little bit different as far as functionalities, cameras, things of that nature, they all do one thing in common, meaning that if you dial a couple numbers, it's going to call your wife, your husband, your boyfriend, girlfriend, family member, and friends. Okay. You don't have to necessarily educate me on what a phone does. I see that type of sales being replaced with Chat GPT, right? Cars, right? There's really no need to teach me what a car does. Again, a car has certain similarities. There's one similarity, right? It has a car. Well, let me back up. This changing pretty quickly. A car has a steering wheel, gas pedals, right? Brake pedals, sometimes a clutch, and there's a gear here that tells it to go forward or backwards or to park it or neutral, right? All the other bells and whistles, like, oh, my car does this. It has autopilot. The stereo system is Bose, and that's extra bells and whistles. So there's really no emotional anchor that I need to make because people already know what a car does. But when you're talking about solar, there's a lot more education that goes around solar, right? And it needs a human connection to educate a homeowner about solar, okay? Because it's not mainstream right now. And keep in mind, okay? Keep in mind that we have a finite amount of time to help as many homeowners as we can, okay? I don't want to be like, oh, we only have, a year, 2 years. We have a fairly good amount of time to educate as many homeowners as we can about solar so you guys can make a amazing income in solar. But there's going to come a day, right? Not saying any day. I'm not sure. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't mess with that stuff, right? I don't know when that day is going to come where it's more mainstream, where, people are just going solar on their own, okay? Because it's just like a phone. A lot of homeowners are just going to be more educated about solar, and they're going to be like, hey, I don't necessarily need more education about solar. And eventually there's going to be a finite amount of time where we're not going to be making this kind of money anymore, okay? Because the population is just more educated about solar. So now is the time to stress the urgency for yourself. Like if there's a gold mine out there, right? If you think about every single home as a gold mine, why aren't you out there every single day for as long as you can, picking away at the gold mine? Okay. And not necessarily picking away with a pickaxe. You should have two pickaxes picking away at the gold mine, right? And not even two pickaxes. Ideally, you should be out there with a jackhammer, with a jackhammer chipping away at the gold mine. And not only that, you should have multiple people like in a team that you created chipping away with a jackhammer, right? And if you want to really scale it because you really want to get a bigger piece of the solar pie, get a bunch of trailer tractors with pickaxes chipping away at the gold mine, right? So you can capitalize more in this industry. Okay. I cannot stress this enough, guys. It's not going to be here forever. I'm not saying it's doom and gloom, like it's going to disappear within a couple of years. That's not what I'm saying. But if it did, the question is again, what are you doing to get a bigger piece of that pie? Okay. What are you doing? There should always be that urgency for you because you just don't know what's going to happen in the industry. So you know the saying, you got to get it while it's hot, right? You got to get it while it's hot. Get it while you can. Okay. You don't be sitting around the sidelines with like some folks like, I'm cool. I'm just going to go ahead and chip away at this gold mine with a little axe, right? No, that's not what I'm doing, right? And hopefully that's not what you guys are doing as well. You guys are deploying any resource that you have, reinvesting back into your business, getting more manpower, resources, automation, things of that nature, so you have a bigger arsenal to chip away at this gold mine. Okay. What else you guys got? I got to get off really soon, guys. What else you guys got? What else you guys got, guys? Hey, what's up, Charlie? What's going on, man? Charlie from Houston. Charlie Wynn, what's going on, my brother? Awesome. So Charlie, even at the doors, I do follow-ups. Most people just knock once and move to the next division. I knock until I get a yes or a no. Loving it. Loving it. That's awesome. Charlie's leading the charge, man. That's awesome, Charlie. Thanks for the tip. Anybody else? You guys got any comments, any concerns, any questions? And again, if you guys do have any questions, whether you guys are watching this live on a replay, make sure you book a solar strategy call. Solarstrategycall.com is absolutely free. We set aside 30 minutes for you and answer any questions you guys have. Again, I've been in solar for, well, actually, let me back up. I've been in the energy industry for over 10 years. I've been in solar for the last 7 years out of 8 years. So in solar, I literally haven't stepped foot inside a homeowner's house. We also educate and coach hundreds and hundreds of students to get into solar. So we're really here to help you build, grow, and scale your business. Okay. So if you guys haven't booked your solar strategy call yet, it's absolutely free. There's no obligation. Ideally, we would love to have you in one of our coaching programs, our software, if it's a good fit. But at the end of the day, if we can just help you and, help your research, expedite your research and teach you or educate you on what's going on in this industry, that's all that call is about. Okay. So make sure that you guys book a call, solarstrategycall.com. So I got to get off the line now, guys. I got some other meetings I got to go to. I had to cut it short today. If you guys have any other questions, make sure you guys reach out to me, right? Sometimes you get lucky with me. Sometimes maybe somebody else, one of my coaches that calls you, but no worries. All of them know, the industry as well. Okay. If you guys need need a better platform. So for example, if you need automation, right, to help you automate your sales process, we've already completely built it all out for you. All the emails, text messages, it's all specific in each stage of the pipeline. If you guys want to check that out, if you want to automate your sales process, if you want to send out videos during that dead time, check out Solar Pipeline. That's the software that we use, solarpipeline.com, solarpipeline.com. There is some training in there as well. There's also a marketplace, just like walking into Target, right? There's a marketplace where you can purchase leads, cold leads, warmer leads, other services like appointment setting, things of that nature. there's a marketplace there for you. Okay. Other than that, you guys have an amazing day. I look forward to talking to you guys tomorrow. Go out there and go smash it. Stay safe, especially if the conditions aren't so great. Just like here in Dallas, it's definitely snowing. I look forward to talking to you guys tomorrow. Charlie, peace out, my brother. You guys have a good one.